for 5 minutes, an opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm pleased to speak in support of the amendment in nature of a substitute to 2741, the Coast Guard Reauthorization Act of 2023, bipartisan legislation to reauthorize funding for the U.S. Coast Guard for fiscal years 24 and 25, and to update Coast Guard programs and policies. The bill under consideration today is a result of productive bipartisan negotiations with the chair of the full committee, Graves, the chair of the subcommittee, Mr. Webster, and the ranking member, Mr. Carvajal. Each of their thoughtful contributions have improved the bill. In fact, we have worked extensively to incorporate in this legislation several bills introduced by members of the committee from both sides of the aisle. I want to thank them as well for their contributions. As we all know, the Coast Guard continues to suffer from insufficient funding. In recent years, this has resulted in a $3 billion shoreside infrastructure backlog, a lack of ice-breaking capacity in the Arctic and the Great Lakes, as well as reduced capacity across several essential missions, such as marine safety and oil spill response. H.R. 2741 works to fix these problems. The legislation provides $14.24 billion for the Coast Guard for fiscal year 24 and $14.78 billion for fiscal year 25. These increases over current levels should ensure the service has the resources needed to take care of its service members and enhance their ability to operate new assets that are expected to come online. I'm particularly pleased that we've authorized procurement, construction, and improvement accounts at $3.48 billion for both fiscal years, well above the President's budget request. This level of funding should enable the Coast Guard to maintain its ongoing capitalization programs, including making progress on building new polar security cutters and addressing the shoreside infrastructure backlog. Last Congress, we passed substantial safety measures for vessels, and this bill builds upon the work by addressing safety risk on vessels and increasing the penalties for negligent operations. The bill includes provisions to improve oil spill prevention by bolstering vessel response plans and providing the service with the tools to ensure proper response. And lastly, it includes vital provisions to address the mariner shortage. Current mariner credentialing program, which the Coast Guard oversees, is an outdated system that depends on paper applications. I think we all remember those. Processing delays impact both existing and new mariners looking to enter the industry, and I appreciate the chairman working with me to include an authorization of $11 million for a new electronic credentialing system. This, coupled with other provisions, will begin to address the mariner shortage. Closing, I want to thank the chair of the full committee, the subcommittee, and the ranking member of the subcommittee for cooperation in drafting this legislation. I look forward to working with you, and I yield back.
Thanks, Rick.